1.2 The Evolution of Data Protection Globally, GDPR, Popia. Now that we understand what data is, and the difference between personal and sensitive personal data, we can ask an important question. How did protecting this information become such a big deal worldwide? It didn't happen overnight. The journey to modern data protection laws, like our own Botswana Data Protection Act, 2018, started decades ago as more and more personal information moved into computers, networks, and now the cloud. Why data protection became a global concern. In the past, most personal information was kept on paper in files and cabinets. Access was physical, you had to be in the building to see it. But as technology grew, we started storing more data digitally. That brought incredible benefits: faster communication, global trade, instant access to services. It also brought new risks. Data could be stolen from anywhere in the world. People's private lives could be exposed with just a few clicks. Businesses could track, profile, and target individuals without their knowledge. The more data we collected, the more laws were needed to set boundaries. Key global milestones. As digital technologies and data collection grew, governments realized that rules were needed to keep people's information safe. This led to the development of data protection laws across the world. 1. Early European laws, 1970s to 1990s. Some of the first efforts to regulate personal data started in Europe. Countries like Germany, Sweden, and France introduced rules to limit how governments and businesses could collect and use citizens' information. These early laws laid the groundwork for more consistent, cross-border regulations. 2. EU Data Protection Directive, 1995. By 1995, the European Union introduced the Data Protection Directive. It was one of the first attempts to harmonize data protection across multiple countries. The directive established core principles, like ensuring that data is collected fairly, used only for specific purposes, and kept secure. Third, General Data Protection Regulation, GDPR, 2018 GDPR, replaced the 1995 directive and became the global benchmark for data protection. It applies to any organization worldwide that handles EU citizens' personal data. Key features include transparency. People must know how their data is used. Consent. Individuals must give clear permission for their data to be processed. Rights. People can access, correct, or delete their data. Penalties. Organizations face strict fines if they misuse personal data. 4. Protection of Personal Information Act, Popia, South Africa. 2021, inspired by GDPR but tailored to local needs, South Africa passed Popia to safeguard citizens' personal information. It applies to both public and private sectors, ensuring that personal data is processed lawfully and responsibly. Understanding the evolution of data protection helps learners appreciate why modern data regulations exist and why handling personal information responsibly isn't just best practice, it's the law. How these shaped Botswana's DPA Botswana looked at these global developments, especially GDPR and POPIA, when designing our own Data Protection Act in 2018. The goal was to protect personal and sensitive data of people in Botswana, build trust in digital services, align with international best practice so Botswana can trade and collaborate globally. Why this matters for you. The principles in GDPR and POPIA, transparency, accountability, security, and individual rights, are also in our own law. By following Botswana's DPA, you're not just complying locally, you're operating at a standard recognized across the world. So when you handle personal or sensitive data in your role, you're part of a global movement that puts people's privacy first.